This is what's wacky to us. I'm Rick.
I'm Song.
Welcome.
Yes, today we have another interesting topic, because I think all our topics are interesting. So today's topic is, what's today's topic?
We will be discussing why your interactions shape your opinions. And that doesn't mean that your opinion is the be-all, end-all either. And we shall elaborate.
Yeah, because, sometimes we really feel that our opinion matters. It matters to you, yeah, but it doesn't really necessarily have to matter to everybody else. And meaning that sometimes, like, say we have like, I'm from South Jamaica, Queens. I have friends from Long Island. I have friends from the South. And we may differ on opinions with police. Like, mine may be a little harsher because of my interactions with the police as growing up in South Jamaica, Queens, where I feel the police was actually really, really aggressive to adults, youth, everybody. That's because that's my interaction. Now, with that being said, my friends in Long Island or in the South, certain parts of the South or suburbs where the police are not usually that aggressive because they feel like those people are, they feel like they're better people or less threatening people than in the hood. And it's never been documented that people are running around, urban areas shooting cops. So I don't know where all the aggression come from. But their interactions, they're going to be pro-cop, more so than me. Not that I'm anti-cop, because I'm not. Because I think we do need law, but we need good law. I don't think we need, like, a one-sided, law enforcement where you treat us all the same. Wherever neighbor you in, come out with that same energy, which is not usually the case. Because I've had some interaction with cops that wasn't favorable, but most of the time it always ended well, but I definitely came at with a lot of aggression and you think you're a smart ass and because I asked a question, and I don't think that a lot of the, what the kickback that I got back from the police was warranted. And as Sonia, as a female, have you ever had any interactions with the police?
Man, listen. I don't like cops. I'm not afraid to say I don't like cops. I don't like them. I have plenty of them in my family, or had. They're all retired now, whatever. But nah, each and every last one of my interactions with the police have been negative, disrespectful. I don't like cops. Yes, we need law. Yes, we need order, but it needs to be approached from a place of common sense. I am 210% for all defunding the police. I am all about national police reform. I think there needs to be an entire overhaul of police unions. And no, I don't like cops. I don't. I am one of those FTP people all day, every day. If you know me, you know I'm 2,000% militant, and that applies to the police. I am all for defunding the police because all of my interactions as a woman with police, male and female, have been awful. All
right. So with that being said, so you're saying defund and you're not for the police, but when you need a cop, do you want a cop to respond, or do you want some local guy in the neighborhood to come and try to solve your problem that needs law enforcement?
I've had to call the cops before, and you know what happened? They took almost 2 hours to come, and by then the problem almost solved itself. So yeah, I'm still a whole nah. Yes, I believe in defunding the police because they have too much power. They have too much say in things to be civil servants paid by taxpayers. And my opinion is coming from my experience and interactions with police and the experiences and interactions that my children have had and close friends and family have had. And again, I have family members who are police, and I will debate and argue them any day, anytime. I'm all for having social workers and people who are more in tune with mental health crises to help in those situations versus the police coming to help situations where people are mentally ill or going through some kind of mental breakdown, where the police usually wind up killing the person instead of utilizing common sense. So, yeah, again, defund the police.
Yeah. I'm not with the whole defund the police movement because it's just a slogan. And the slogan is not, it doesn't even mean what it says, first of all. Like, people always be like, oh, defund the police. It doesn't even mean what it says. People think it means get rid of the police. It doesn't even mean that. It means channel some of the money that's funded towards the police elsewhere into other things. Sort of like what Black Lives Matter. You know, people put whatever they want on top of it. Like, to some people that want to believe Black Lives Matter is like this racist group, they're saying they're gonna add another word on top of it. It's like only Black Lives Matter. That's what they're thinking in their head. It doesn't even mean that. Like, Black Lives Matter Black Lives Matter, first of all, comes from a situation, a very bad situation that we have at hand of black people getting killed in the streets over minor traffic offenses and things that just get way out of hand for no reason. So that's what birthed Black Lives Matter. Like saying, hey, treat us like you would treat somebody else. Our lives matter. But then here it comes. Oh, it's a racist group. Nobody never said only Black Lives Matter. It's a slogan. People fear the slogan. Same thing with defund the police. Nobody's saying, some people are saying get rid of the police. Like, that's, to me, it's stupid. I'm not advocating that crap. Like, I'm not with all that defund, get rid of the police. If you depend on some people on your block to come rescue you, you're going to be done. If you depend on some people from your block or some, these good Samaritans to come defuse something, you're going to be done. That's my opinion. She's aggressive. She has her own opinion.
Well,
but
gotta be aggressive, though.
You are, because you like scream. You're like, "Yay, I'm all for FTP and la la la." If you can't see us, I bet you could like visualize. You probably think she got a F fuck the police shirt on right now. like if I wasn't here, I'd be like, "Who the hell is this girl?" She probably sitting there with a black skull cap on with the fuck the police on her hat and shit. Like, I'm like, damn.
My black beret and my leather blazer, my black leather blazer.
Because we go off the top. Like, I'm like, whoa, I didn't know you felt like that.
Yes, you did. Like, Huey P. Newton all day.
I didn't know you felt like that strongly about defunding the police, because I don't. But in the same breath, like, back to what was the subject? How you're in action. Yeah, you're in action. And it's not just let's hold on. Like, we're going to take our shots, because we took our shots. To the police. Then we're going to pump it. Right? Then we're going to have to rewind and get back on course, because we were talking about your interactions, because it's not all about the police. Your interactions anywhere, like with people in general. Like, my interaction could be like a white person could have a bad interaction with black people, and he probably just blankets everybody, like, fuck black people, like, I don't like them, this and that, and vice versa. Black people can have a interaction with a white person, and it could be the same way. It's not even making it about race. It could be like at your job. You can hate your job. Like, the interaction, like, hey, I hate this culture at this job. This job really sucks. Then somebody else is over there like, hey, I've been here for 20 years. I never had a problem. This job is awesome. And you like, You on YouTube, and everybody. It was like when you was in Atlanta. Like, you told them about that. Like, that was an interaction, right? How you didn't like the A. You don't want to tell.
So you want to take it there,
you
huh?
You want to talk about the A.
You want to take it there?
Take it there.
Both of my experiences living in Atlanta have involved police interaction.
Oh my gosh, he's back on the police.
And all I'm saying is, but I'm saying it's the same thing. My experiences living in Atlanta in the 90s and in the 2000s were completely negative. So my blanket opinion of Atlanta is I'm anti-Atlanta completely. I am anti-A. I hate Atlanta. I don't think anyone should live there. I find that that place is trash. It's trash.
Yeah, people that grew up there, he's telling them, I don't think you should live there.
Because it's trash.
Wow.
It's the economy is not all cracked up to be what they make it out to be. I don't like it. It's not for me. I don't like living in the South, but for me, Georgia is the antithesis of everything I stand for. I hate Atlanta.
What did you hate about it?
Everything. The traffic. I could spend a total of 3 to 4 hours a day, 5 days a week in heavy traffic. Unacceptable. I worked 12 miles from my job. And one day, the worst thing could possibly happen. I had to pee. And it took me almost 3 hours to get home. I hate Atlanta. That's just a one small drop in the bucket.
Is worse than New York.
Absolutely, without a doubt. And they have the worst drivers ever. Yeah, I'm anti-Atlanta, and that's because my experiences there were never good. Outside of my 2 sisters whom I love dearly, and I wish they didn't live in Atlanta either. I wish that they was back up north where they belong.
Where they belong. They belong where they at.
Yeah, that's why one is going to be back up this way, my prediction. But as we, have to backtrack because, Rick helped me take a left right there. But I'm saying, I'm coming back to it. Atlanta is trash. My experience is that get Atlanta out of here. Hell, my brother lives in Atlanta, and I know he don't like it. I know he don't.
You say you don't like it. You just like she's giving everybody their opinion because and this is what this is all about. It was supposed to be about your interaction. Because you have a bad interaction, and see, this is what we talk about. How your interaction creates your opinion on something. And you might be out there, you probably had a bad interaction with something, and you just be like, oh man, I really it's just like if you interacted with chocolate and it broke you out, you're gonna swear chocolate is disgusting, and then you got millions of people. By the way, Sonia doesn't like chocolate neither.
Don't.
See,
Don't
here
eat
we
it.
go.
Don't mess
here we
with
go.
it. That's right.
It's like everything is just all bad for her today. Like, her opinion. Don't take her opinion today because it's like everything she and like why was you having so many instances with cops? What's with all these interactions? Like this stuff I don't know about. Like how many interactions you had with cops?
You do know about these things. Yes, you do.
I don't know how many interactions you had with cops.
You do. One of the worst interactions I had was in Atlanta twice. I lived in Atlanta in the 90s, and I went to jail, and I lived in Atlanta in 2018, and I went to jail. So no, my experience do shape my opinion because I'm like, get Atlanta and the cops out of here. How about that?
To go to jail. It's a whole different ball game when you're supposed to go to jail and you mad. And now you really can't be mad because you're supposed to go to jail. If you was breaking the law and they caught you breaking the law, they doing their job. And you giving them a lot of flack. So, I don't know.
Okay. You was going to be a cop one day. If you seen me and my 5'2" ass in my car and I had a ticket from 20 years ago, are you taking me to jail or are you going to give me a warning? Are you going to take me to jail?
Depends on what was going on. Depends. Maybe I wanted my ticket count to be low. I don't know. It's like,
that's why it's FTP over here all day. Yeah, because I had a 19-year-old and a 20-year-old ticket, and a black police officer took my ass to jail for 2 decade-old tickets, and the Negro called for backup. I am 5'2.5", and this fool had 6 police for me. Okay? 6. It was humiliating. It was degrading. It was just not warranted. It was unwarranted.
How, when you owe tickets, it's not warranted? It's discretion. The police said, hey, I'm taking you in. Was he wrong? No, he was not wrong.
Yes, he was, because when we got to the precinct and he put me in the cell and everybody was looking like, what are you in here for? Aside from the fact that I was being arrested and taken to the precinct in the neighborhood that I lived in for 1,000,000 years. And so everybody was like, oh my God, it's the boy's moms is going to jail. And when they found out what this fool arrested me for, I swear